McClunky.
Y'all ready for sorry. McClunky.
Hey.
Hey.
I like that. That's good.
Hey, you guys.
Welcome everybody to our Zen, Grogu, and Dust Bunnies discussion.
Wait, what?
I'm so excited to talk to you about the greatest thing they've ever released on Disney Plus.
The 3-minute Zen short by Studio Ghibli about Grogu and Dust Bunnies.
It's out.
What?
It's out. Yeah, and it's 3 minutes long. You could all watch it right now live. We can get your reactions.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, I'm on. Where's my phone? Right, let's bring this bitch up.
I don't have Disney Plus.
We don't condone pirating.
I haven't. I just
He goes to a
just
friend's
watched-
house.
Yeah, I go to my friend's
yeah.
house. I stare through my neighbor's window. They know that I'm there. It's cool.
It's all legal.
They
we
watch
swear.
this. It's okay. They're like, oh,
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
yeah.
And Kaz
Okay,
is like
I'm
sitting here like,
watching
what?
this.
So anyway, we're actually here for Andor.
Oh yeah, by the way.
But I will say, I would just like to say, is that in the like, what a random thing to drop? Just like,
Yeah, like they're like, hey, we're making this, and it's out now. So
and it's out. Go watch it. And it's only like a 3
and
minute
it's,
thing
it's
that we
like 3-minute
literally
video,
could have
and
dropped on
just
YouTube, and I think made more money on the AdSense. I don't know if that's true, but like,
Okay, Studio Ghibli had no right to make it that fucking cute.
well, for sure, it's cute. I will say that.
I mean, it's Studio Ghibli, man. They're always gonna make it cute.
But when AJ, when you said it, man, I was sitting there going like, oh, that's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be a cute little like Ghibli.
I thought so.
Totoro
I thought so
short.
too. I didn't think it was gonna be like a fucking 3-minute. I guess it did say short, but I expected it to be like, you know, not just literally
like,
him meditating
They
the
say
entire
that
time.
Tales of the Jedi are shorts, like those count, right? So it's like, fuck. I was expecting a little bit of a thing.
Yeah, like I expected him to go on like a little journey, but no, he was just meditating,
That
and then
could have played
Dust
in
Bunny
the
showed up.
beginning of Mando season 3, like a Pixar.
Anyway, thanks for
short.
showing up for our Zen Grogu and the Dust Bunnies talk discussion.
That's all we have to
Catch
say
you next
because
week
literally
for
he
the
just
part two.
walks.
He meditates, then he walks, and some Dust Bunnies show up, and it's like some cool music.
Yeah.
I think it's meant to be like on a loop of like Zen meditation shit.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cute, I guess. I don't know.
2 seconds.
But yeah, let's talk about what the real meat and potatoes of this week was. Andor episode 10. We only got 2 more
I'm
of these
good.
left. Nah, I'm out. This Zen Grogu to the Dust Bunnies thing was the peak of media this week, so I don't think we need to discuss it. Nah, but what did you guys think of the episode this week? Called, I think probably One Way
Thought
Out,
it was
right?
a
Yeah, One Way Out.
One Way
nonstop
Out.
action thrill ride.
I thought it was great. I loved
It's
it.
a pretty good episode.
Probably for me the best episode, maybe the second best episode.
What would you say is the best?
Maybe I really enjoyed the eye. Like that was like this in the same way when I was watching this episode. My heart and my chest were just like sinking the whole time.
Yeah, like it was so tense when like they were like trying to break the pipes and everything. I was like sitting there, I was like, is he gonna do it in time?
Yeah, like we know that this character's getting out of it, but it's like it feels like he's not. Like it felt like shit could go wrong at any second. I love it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, I like 99% like this episode. I have like a couple of minor nitpicks, but otherwise that was a really good episode. I still feel overall like this show is really, really disconnected and disjointed from itself, but it's pretty good.
Well, this is probably like one of the first episodes that like I extremely was like, hell yeah, Andor stuff. Like whereas like everything else, I was get out of here.
Yeah, the fucking Mon Mothma. I was like, ugh, she's just sitting down with another banker.
I think that like
I
if
hate
she
every scene she's in.
if she had gone to him, I think that would have almost been better. I'm not gonna lie. Like I think I would have liked that more. Like I get that he was like, oh, I want to come to you, so it's like, yeah, you officially like are bringing me into this. But like, fuck, I think it just would have made it so much more interesting if she went.
So
to
let's
some
go
other
back
place.
to your room again, back to your
Exactly.
same apartment that we've been in the entire time. Oh my god.
Pretty sure they shot all of her scenes in one day. I know that's a joke, but I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe, man.
They,
Like,
like-
shit, dude.
They barrel rolled through that fucking part of her shooting.
I'll give you 2 seconds, guys.
But
But
I really enjoyed it, man. Rest in peace, that one random guy, the unnamed guy that like he was planning the breakout with.
the ginger, right? Like the was
No.
it ginger?
No, it was the
wife.
Hello, chocolate
name?
muffin queen.
What? Yeah.
Oh my god, hi, that's an amazing name.
I love it.
Yo.
Thanks for the cute little emotes.
Wait, isn't that?
I made those.
Oh, look at that!
Is that from you, Richard?
Yeah,
I reckon. Yeah, I
that's
was
my
gonna say I
girl.
recognize the name.
That's your girl?
Hey.
I don't know how you're saying that. What am I supposed to? How am I supposed to? What am I supposed
Mind
to?
your
read from
fucking
this?
business. How about that? Let's talk about
Yeah,
Andor.
yeah, time.
Your girl. There are like 3 different versions of that.
I thought I was your girl. What the
My
fuck?
girl, my girl, my girl.
And then
But no,
like,
that like one random unnamed like guy. He was like he's the one that like was climbing up and then got shot off underneath like the rafters.
gotcha. Yeah, a lot of people just were dropped, and it was like, whoa.
I was like, I thought
that.
that guy was gonna be like kind of important, but no, he's just gone now.
There's some weird inconsistencies with like what these blasters do.
What
Like
did
it's
you make?
like if you get shot with one of these blasters anywhere, you die unless you don't. like some of these dudes were getting shot in the shoulder and they fall over completely stone cold dead.
Yeah.
And then the other guy got shot in like the leg and he's like, "Ow, my leg!" So it's like,
Yeah, and
what?
like, and then you get like in Obi-Wan, right? You get like the chick that got shot in the gut like 3 times, and it's like, I'm good, but I'm gonna do my thing for like 10 more seconds. It's like, okay.
Like-
It just has to do what the narrative wants it to, I guess. Like,
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
kind of really inconsistent blasters, but like
Don't like blasters
it doesn't
have like
bother
a
me.
power level? Isn't that like
yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it's like,
they
oh,
do.
set
Like
it
an
to
established
stun,
thing?
and it's like, I don't know, but like,
that blaster's a stun,
I
or
think
set
that
them to
at the
fucking
tier-
launch them off a cliff.
yeah, like at the tier of like shooting you in like the chestal region, I think that they like probably just do it though. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's
I'm
like
sure that
stun
there's
and
some lore.
I think there's like
somewhere
the
on
5
wiki.
levels of
what's that from?
blasters.
What am I thinking of that? Oh, thanks for the follow, Chocolate Muffin Queen.
Level 5 is where like you go flying around for no reason. Level 2 is like where you get shot in the leg and you're like, ah, ooh.
There's I can't remember what it is, but there is like a show or movie where they have like a thing where it's like you can get shots a certain amount of times until you literally actually get fucked. Like it's
I
like
set my blaster from stun to ouchies.
hello, I'm here for the group therapy session after the recent episode. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean,
We're all here
fucking
for each other.
again for this episode, fucking Andy Serkis, amazing. What a great guy!
It's
steals
almost
every
like
scene
if
he's
he had
in.
been the main character of the show in a sense, I would have
Yup.
been more
Holy shit, yeah.
like.
But then people would be like, "Oh man, I can't believe this is the origin story of Snoke."
they're still gonna say that because of what happens to him. Like
Right.
if he didn't leave, then they might have taken him and been like, "This is what you're gonna be cursed with for like."
We're gonna clone you and make you a
we're
force
inciting
wielder.
this goddamn riot. You're gonna be a corrupted goddamn figure for Palpatine. We're thinking the long term, baby.
You still won't be able to swim though.
Golden performances all around. Yeah, like I think a lot of the people in this episode in general are like doing great work. Like even his like his team of people are just all such like minorly interesting characters that they all have like their little quirks that just made me care. I don't know.
Like that one guy was like, "I'm already dead.
Yeah.
I'm already gonna die."
And then he was like, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
everyone getting on him, but like he's like, "Oh, I thought you were dead, right?" Like that
Yeah.
shit was like getting to me. It was
I
awesome.
thought you already dead. So fight hard, man.
Every supporting character in this show is more interesting than Cassian Andor.
It's really true.
Do you think
reality.
Kino knew that he like needed to swim to get out?
I
He
think
had
he
to
did
have.
beat
I
down.
guess-
Like he must have, right? Yeah.
That's true.
I don't understand. Like,
Sad.
So like he pretty much like knew that he was sacrificing himself so everyone else could get out.
I kind of like I get it. Like you can't swim. A little spooked by that, but it's like, I mean, your choices are try to
It's
swim
literally sink or swim.
or die.
Yeah.
So like maybe try.
Like I
No,
would
see,
still
but, like,
jump in the water and be like,
that's-
let's fucking figure it out. I
That's
guess.
to me what I liked
Hmm.
about that scene though, is because like we don't know. Like we have no idea what happened there. Like he might have.
Oh, we'll
he
see him
might have.
again.
I hope we don't see him. I actually.
Exactly, McBluff. I was talking about that guy who was like climbing up the side, and then like the guy that was like Andor was teaming up with to like make the plan, and he got shot immediately. I was like, no, oh no,
Yeah, the guy that only nodded.
yeah.
Yeah.
He never
Richard
spoke. He just
needed-
nodded.
it's what
I
he
know-
needed to do.
I know that you would hate this, Richard, but for me personally, like if I was reading like a Star Wars Expanded Universe book or comic, and suddenly I saw like Kino was like had actually through hope, I guess, or like help from other people, like made it, I would be happy. I would be elevated. I don't know, like I don't need it, yeah, but I'm just saying, like If some little tidbit out there, not in this show, not in any media.
So you're saying you have hope?
I have hope. Like, that's what I like about that scene is like we don't know. It was such a flurry of shit. Like, even Cassian, because it looked like he was gonna try to help, but then pushed, right?
Like, yeah, I guarantee Cassian was like, all right, I got you, and then he was immediately pushed off.
And then just it's like, oh my god, and then I don't know, because like I don't know about you guys, but it's also scary. I get that they could have all separated, but the fact that we only see like Melshi and Cassian, it's like sad and scary. You know, like some of the people in their own little tight knit group probably didn't make it. Then
yeah. I think I don't think I would have minded that too much because I just think Andy Serkis is like he basically feels like the main character.
Yeah,
and like I would have rather him have.
And then they're gonna make a spin-off series of Kino.
Yep.
You know, I'd watch it. I'd fucking watch it.
I guess. I'm interested in this character in all honesty.
I'd watch it just because it's Andy Serkis.
Yeah.
So when they drop, like, this is just me nitpicking, I know, but it's like that's like a 300-foot drop.
Was it?
Like, I don't think it was that high.
I don't know if you're gonna survive that.
I mean, it was quite the drop, but I don't think it was like that high.
Let me go. I'm gonna go to the other because they show a better like external shot of it in the first time they go to the prison.
It's a very long way down. Like, I would wager you're going to break bones hitting water that far.
I think it's like Harrison Ford jumping out of a dam. I think that it should be fine.
I guess it also depends because it's a big floating thing. It's going to be vibrating like at an extreme rate. So in a sense, it's probably already making ripples in the water to prevent it being hard. If you know what I mean, like a hard landing. So
my fear of the whole thing is that it's like a machine base thing. So like I imagine if you like land by its rim, like it has some weird like
you're just gonna get sucked right back in.
Shit like that kind of like that's why I always have a fear of falling off of the ferry boats and then getting sucked under the boat. Like that's my big thing.
It kind of made me think like does the Empire not have like a way off at this thing?
They like fly off, don't they?
Is that like are there no ships?
Oh my god, actually. So folks, I looking back at this picture, it actually isn't that high up. I will admit, it's not that high up. But there are sucking vacuum fucking ocean things around the whole fucking prison.
It's a terrifying drop.
Horrifying to me.
And then it looks like a several mile swim to the surface.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like the swim is gonna be the hardest part of it for me.
But like now imagine that, but you're also getting sucked in a little bit by like goddamn vortexes.
Tractor beam.
Oh yeah. Fuck that.
That's really my only nitpick. Is just like, man, I don't know how well these people would have survived that drop.
Yeah, but so I guess suspension of disbelief for that. How do you guys think about like the ending? Like,
I think you would live. I'm like from what I'm looking at right here, Richard. It's not that far of a drop.
Let's see. Let me give my input.
It looked like it was pretty hefty.
Go to Narkina 5.
To be fair,
the episode Narkina 5, and then go to about what is it? What am I at? What does it show here? 7 minutes and 20 seconds in about, and like they show the hangar kind of a little bit up there. Like it's not like I would say like I would compare it to like Harrison Ford jumping out of a dam.
I would,
point though, guys.
Like maybe
they shut all the hydraulics off, didn't they? They shut all the power.
Yeah, they shut everything off.
It would just be water.
Oh, perfect. Okay, no fucking scary vortexes. Okay. Thank you, McLeod. Thank you.
What?
Like totally, like.
You know what? I mean, it's the best point we've had so far. Why don't we bring Bluff onto the show? Clearly has more of an idea than we all do.
Yeah.
You were watching.
Bluff, you're invited on next.
I was too busy. Like my heart was like in my chest in this episode. Like in all honesty.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't look super high. Maybe like it might like rattle you a little bit, but I don't know if it'll hurt. Or it might hurt. It might hurt very well. Like you said,
like if you're gonna like, it's pretty much either here or there. Like so.
Yeah. Like it's either you swim or
another way. Adrenaline would probably. I don't know if that's a thing in Star Wars, but I think in that sense, adrenaline would kick in as well. Do you know what I mean? Like you're jumping at that. Like at that point, pain's irrelevant. You're just gonna keep going until you can't. You know. But
I don't know, man.
Like a 3-mile swim. Like,
it's a hefty swim. That's the biggest part for me.
The world would struggle.
It's a pretty big drop. And this one time, me and my cousin Rennie, we was fishing out at the Moon River. We was trying to get some crabs, and he pushed me into that river. That was a 20-foot drop, and I broke my pinky finger. So I think this drop really
I think, well, like I think this is more like a cliff dive. Like people jump off super high cliffs all the time. Like that's more what this is like.
Yeah,
you know?
those people don't have brain cells. That's different. Okay.
Yeah, but they still survive, is what I'm saying. These people are desperate. You know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure from what I saw in Twilight, you can dive off a cliff.
I fully agree. I was watching the episode with my dad. and the bird's eye view of the prison literally looks like the Empire symbol. And I looked at my dad. I was like, "That's not conspicuous, is it, mate?"
I I really enjoyed this episode, but there were some things where I'm like, oh come on, like how like they get the engineers to turn off the power, and the guy's like, but if we turn off the power, it won't turn back on for months.
Yeah,
and it's
and
like,
I'm
why
like,
do we need
what?
to know that? Because it's important to the scene. That's why.
But like that also is a little bit of a thing where I'm like, what the fuck? It takes months to turn it back on. Like, how does that work?
That doesn't make sense.
I thought
You
that they
guys
were
have
lying.
spaceships.
I literally thought that they said that, and then right when everyone got like up or some shit to like the main point, the power would come back on or something like that, and be like, liars! Like we can actually turn the switch on.
Which is
I was
Southern
like, should have
accent,
killed
so
those
fun.
guys.
That little bit was only there to just to keep the scene moving, because otherwise people like me would be like, why don't they just turn the power back on? So
one thing
they
I
needed
did
a way
like-
to explain away that.
I'm shocked
One
that they
thing I
didn't
did
kill
like
those guys.
was the
I'm not gonna lie.
door.
Sorry.
You know the door scene where the prisoners are all running, you get all the guards, there's like 30, 40 guards are all just sat there like shivering, going, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Like that, it was nice to see the full flip of, fuck, we're not surviving this, hide. Do not leave, just hide.
Yeah, I did like that.
We're no longer
I
the
kind
people
of feel
in
bad
power
for
here.
him. Like we talked about this last time, but like these are just regular dudes. They're these are like prison wardens. That's just their job.
They're just guys.
They're
Like,
just
partially
guys at work.
conscription, but
It's
yeah,
it's
for the
like
most
people
part.
who are doing a job, yeah, but apparently they've gotten up in the ranks enough in this shitty environment that like it's maybe a little bit meh. You know what I mean? Like, is that bad to say?
Like, I get it, they're just guys, but like
You're also doing this, you know what you're doing.
they're all also like actively being assholes.
Yeah,
you
like,
know?
that's what I'm
They know
saying,
what they're
like-
doing.
Like,
So the prison scene though raises the question of like, okay, so we know that like Cassian didn't do anything, but like, is everybody in there innocent? You know?
Oh,
like what if they
absolutely
just
true.
release
We probably
a bunch
just
of
released a
serial
bunch
killers?
of fucking like a bunch of murderers.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
some of those were
I-
real criminals.
That causes a whole lot more trouble than it was worth.
I will say what was pretty neat though, like seeing like how like they were also desperate to leave and stuff, and then right at the end you only see two left.
yeah, exactly.
Shit,
That's what we were saying, yeah.
This is like,
Where were you
that's
guys?
like a sad like.
I've been here the entire time, Major.
It's
Oh,
like
okay.
honestly that idea made me sad and like coming out of this episode. And that's what I like is when these can make me like emotional in that way where I was like, damn, like no if nobody else made it, that would almost be fucking super. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything about it. But if it happened, holy fuck, that would be like the most emotional thing for me.
I don't know,
Mark made a good
man.
point earlier, and I replied to it in the chat about the monologues that was given as well. Like Andor gave the first, I think, and then the way that he was like, "No, come on, you can do it, Kino, you can do it," and then Kino just gives this fucking powerhouse of a speech, and I was like, "Break out, break!" Like even I was getting going. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm.
I gotta
I'm gonna get out.
get out of here and just start punching my dad.
Yeah, literally.
I don't want to be like a Johnny Raincloud, but like I do kind of feel like Cassian is sort of turning into a little bit of a Mary Sue. Like it's just kind of like
I hate that word.
Cassian's-
I hate that buzzword
it's-
so much in all honesty nowadays.
It's not a buzzword.
It's-
That's a term. It's
I
a real
get it,
thing.
but it's like it,
Yeah, no,
it, but
it's
it
a bit of
is-
both. It's both,
But
though,
it's
isn't it?
being
But
so thrown around willy-nilly nowadays that it's just like losing its meaning.
to be fair, I think in this context, I much prefer it because in most cases it is generally just like like women characters. But like in the case of like Cassian Andor being like a Mary Sue, I'm like, yeah, and like
I mean, it's like Cassian goes on a heist because the story needs him to. Oh, go into prison. Why? Because the story needs him to. 1 million prisoners, 5,000 of them, I think exactly. Break out of the
Yeah.
prison. Who survives? Cassian survives because the story needs him to. It's just, I don't know, man. It's it kind of takes me out of it when Cassian seems to get out of everything unscathed.
Well, it's kind of like just the problem with doing like a prequel show about like this character in specific because we like know exactly where he's gonna go. We know his like emotional path.
I don't like this. All right, so this and the episode before, my two favorite episodes. I wanted to say that, like I finally got my chance to say it. But like also like I said it before. Like, I think a lot of this is just like why is Cassian doing any of the things that are happening right now? It's none of it like feels connected or tied to anything. Like it feels like he's just jumping to plot, and I'm like, why?
Yep.
Like, why was he put in prison? Oh, like as Rich said,
that's
because
exactly how I
like,
feel.
Even what in the plot is like so like important? Like he has to do that because I was trying to like I'm from what I saw, I'm trying to think like what
That's
makes
where
any
he
of this
meets
really relevant.
The guy that he ends up like escaping
Yeah.
with, and they're on the shore together. He's in Rogue One.
Here's my thing. I will say
I think there's
though,
a lot of ways that could have been like shown, and like a lot of ways that could have been like introduced, and like be more like actually like, oh, this is actually a story. Like this just feels
slow
like
down.
This just feels like stuff's happening, and like none of it really like.
I think
At
what we're
like
seeing
the weirdest
in Star
pace
Wars.
too. Like
it has
it's
definitely
both slow and fast. Like because I feel like the first couple of episodes, the middle couple of episodes, and the Prison Break episodes feel like completely different seasons. Like this whole Prison Break arc was 3 episodes long, and it feels like a different show than what I was watching. And it just kind of feels like Cassian's just
that was the problem, though, wasn't it? Like,
oh yeah, they had issues with seasons, but it feels like Cassian was just put on an escalator, and we're just watching him rise up it. And it's I don't feel like he's really had to struggle much because he gets out of everything just fine. Cassian goes to prison because he needs to, and then what's he do in prison? He's the one that instigates a rebellion and figures out all the stuff to get out. Because Cassian can do it. Because Cassian's a Gary Stew. Is that better?
Gary Stew.
I mean, all I'm saying on that front though is like I just feel like that's like a movie thing a lot of the time, right? Like a character will show up in a prison, and it's like, why hasn't anyone else tried to break out until like the main character's shown up, right? It's like, well,
oh yeah,
because
but that's what that term means, though.
For sure,
that's exactly where that term comes from. Is when you have a character who just is infallible and just makes it through every problem without any real adversity.
I think what we're seeing this season is solely just little tiny moments that like you have to kind of piece together until the very end, I imagine, where they're going to be like, all of these moments made me want to join the rebellion. Like that's kind of what I'm seeing is like every 3 arc has like a little final message at the end of it where it's like, okay, that's a little bit of a push for Cassian to be like, I gotta join, kind of, you know what I mean? Like that's what I get like from this one. He clearly sees like how like shitty the Empire is like treating everyone and like how it's going to get worse and worse. So it's like, I got to start doing something.
Yeah. McBluff says, honestly, having him repeatedly survive makes sense. There's plenty of veterans or even just civilians who live with survivor's guilt, and often they survive in unimaginable circumstances. I don't think having a character somehow always escape is always ick. I agree. And I'm not completely against, obviously, Cassian's our main character. He's got to survive. But it just feels like he keeps getting thrown into these like crazy circumstances where he just gets out with zero problem. So I don't want to complain too much. I do genuinely enjoy the show.
No, but I think it's like a reasonable, like if you feel that way, you feel that way, right? So then, like, it's fair because like I do see it a little bit in the sequel trilogy with like characters, sure, but like, and I think it's just like a Disney Star Wars problem. Maybe it's how
it's mostly Rey. She's like in the original trilogies, they had like Han the pilot, Chewie the co-pilot, they had the Jedi, they had the fucking the mechanic, all this shit. And then she was just all of it, like...
Yeah, like, they just had a struggle with, like, characterization in that trilogy in general.
Because, like, in the original, like, in 7, I didn't see her as a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
But I think, like she falls into it.
Well, it's
for
just...
Sure.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Sam. I think it's just, like, a Disney Star Wars problem. I don't think they know how to write heroes. Because every Disney Star Wars character is kind of a textbook Mary Sue, with the exception of maybe Din Djarin.
He's
but almost all the rest of them.
Geralt type of like single dad. I'm on a mission. Do not fuck with my child. And I rate that. I like it. It sets a good precedent for the present. I think is the word like for the show, and it sets the tone very early on.
Yeah, and I do like about Cassian that even though he seems to be able to figure out every situation without any problem or consequence, he is a shithead, and I do like that.
But like,
he's never claimed to be good, sort of thing. He knows he's not a good guy. He's just trying to do the right thing by any means necessary.
If that were the case, though, I think he should have killed those 2 guys in the office. I literally I think Tino should have left and been like whatever, and then he should have just turned around and like killed them. I think seeing his like descent is like a big thing that this show should be doing. And I feel like I'm not really seeing that, in all honesty. Like, sure, like the beginning, he killed like the guy, but we haven't really seen that energy.
Yeah, I felt the same way in that scene where like it's either Cassian should kill these 2 dudes because that's what Cassian has been doing, and it makes sense in that situation, or we should see him actually struggle with not killing them. and we didn't see either. He just kind of walks away.
Yeah, he was like, see it.
Which I don't know. From my end, I'm like, why would you not kill these two dudes? Like these two dudes can just. Yeah, like these. If there's any two dudes to kill in this prison, it's those two dudes.
Like you've already shot one of them.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Well, it's because these two are gonna go to the ISB and be like, I there's this guy that instigated it all, and then they're gonna show the ISB agent and be like, oh, that's Cassian Andor, that's who I'm looking for.
Yeah, you're so right. Oh my god.
And then we're gonna get the creepy.
Needed them to live.
We're gonna get the creepy guy who looks like a fucking Thunderbirds doll.
I hate that guy.
It's him.
I'm gonna say it. I fucking hate him.
Whoa, which guy? Whoa, what? Which one?
The fucking what's his name?
Qyburn?
The Qyburn with his fucking talking to his goddamn mom over cereal. I hate it. I hate every scene he's in. I hate it.
He wasn't in.
That's funny because he's the only. I think he's the only character I enjoy. Like him and like the girl, the Team Rocket are the only two characters I like.
I'm with Kaz on that.
Yeah, that's why when
he
didn't show up like in this episode.
I don't know why.
To, like, meet up with the ISB situation. I was like, fuck, we're only gonna really get 2 episodes to get somewhere with that. Like, where are we? I don't know.
Like you have your opinion on him. I don't know why. Like I don't care, but me personally,
I can kind of explain why.
Yeah, no,
it's fucking. To me he's annoying. He's bitchy.
That's why
he's creepy.
So I think I like Cyril so much because he's like the anti-Cassian, not just in like Cassian's personality, but in how he's written. Because Cassian, like I said, is like this sort of Gary Stu character who just gets through everything just fine. Cyril's the opposite. Everything Cyril does gets fucked up. Yeah, he's just a guy trying to do his best, and he's like obsessed with this thing that ruined his life.
And with the ISB plotline in general, I just think that there's just such like the way it's written is just so like quick and snappy and awesome and like jabby at each other, and I love it. Like, it just feels so Game of Thronesy. So
like I think like that's why like the episode before this one was I think was my favorite. I'm still like bouncing between the two. I really like the ending of this episode, but I think the episode before, because it was so focused on all of that, I'm like, yeah, no, this is I'm very much digging this. I'm like, I was
every time the ISB
struggling to watch it.
Every time the ISB and Mon Mothma are on screen, I feel myself just glossing over my attention is gone. Like I don't care.
Yeah, I feel that way with Mothma. Absolutely, Mothma's just awful. Yeah,
whenever she shows up now, I'm like, ugh. I used to be like, oh hell yeah, Mothma's in the show, and now I'm like, well, fuck, we're doing nothing with.
Oh, we're sitting. Oh my god, we're sitting in her room again, talking to another fucking banker, doing the same goddamn thing
over and over every episode. They don't even change clothes anymore.
Is it gonna lead somewhere? Like that's the thing. Like we have 2 more episodes. Like
gonna lead to something stupid.
Like I don't know.
The show's got too many plot lines. There's too much happening all at once. Like we have Mothma's thing. We have Cassian who's gone through 3 plot lines now. There's the budding Rebel Alliance. There's whatever's going on with Luke Lucen or whatever his name is.
Luthen, yeah.
Luthen. There's whatever's going on there. There's the ISB stuff. There's Cyril. Like, there's too much happening, and they need to rein it in a little bit.
Yeah, because like even they split off the goddamn Vel and Sin, whatever the other one's name is. Like, they split that plot line off now, and it's like there's too much to fucking jump back to. Because like how is this gonna all come together in 2 episodes?
The ending with Luthen though. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah. What did you
guys
think?
The lightsaber so bad.
But that gave me like Game of Thrones, like season ender vibes.
Yeah, I actually had to look it up.
He's like, get stuck with me, bitch.
Season. Because of the way they had him like silhouetted with like the cape blowing, I'm like the whole time I'm like, oh man, a lightsaber's about to pop out. They're gonna do it.
No way,
Jedi,
bro. If
I'm so glad they didn't.
I didn't get that vibe at all. But if they had done that, I would have been like, really.
Another Jedi that inexplicably starts the rebellion.
Yeah,
for like third time.
But to hide, he's just wearing a wig and is in a fucking artifact place in Coruscant. Like what?
I think in retrospect, what they were probably trying to do was show Luthen was like, because he's silhouetted at first. He's in the shadows, and you see him step out of the shadows to like give his little speech. And I think they're kind of intentionally showing that this is a man who is forced to live in darkness.
Yeah,
but
I loved his.
He's a really
I think that's sort of what is like. I think that's sort of what his like his whole story is like he's a guy that's like that's what his whole like deal was at the end. He's a guy that has to work in the darkness because he has nothing else, you know.
I love his little thing about the whole Like, because he was like, the other guy was like, I've sacrificed all it, and he's like, sacrifice? What have I sacrificed? You don't know anything, boy. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, I had goosebumps. It was a chilling speech. It was a chilling, not inspirational. It was a way you're like, fuck, like this guy's lost everything, like, and he's still not giving up. Doesn't know when to quit.
I love that we're seeing like a sort of everyman hero in Star Wars, where it's not like a Mandalorian or a Jedi. It's just, this is just a dude who's just like out there fighting. He's doing the things, and I really enjoy seeing more of that stuff.
And I like the idea, like, even just the simple concept of, like, giving up, like, peace. You know what I mean? Like, giving up, having a moment of, like, happiness in that sense. Whenever it's like, I will not see what I will create. I don't know if he'll die by the end of the show, probably in season 2 or something like that, I imagine. But, because I feel like we're building him up too much to kill him already, if that makes sense.
Oh,
but,
for sure.
But, man, like, Bill Scar, that's who it is, right? Bill Scar? No.
Yeah,
Stellan, sorry.
Stellan
I'm so bad with that. I always say Bill because it just is an old name.
Bill's his kid.
But, like, Stellan Skarsgård fucking nailed it, the scene. The energy.
He's a great actor, dude.
Yeah, he's like a 10 out of 10. And, like, Star Wars doesn't deserve him.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
This shit was like
wasted in Marvel, so someone had to use him.
Him and Andy Serkis.
True that. Fuck, wasted.
What was he in Marvel?
He's
Black Panther.
No. Yeah, Selvig.
No,
he's the
Selvig. Yeah, he's like in a Thor and Avengers.
Oh, is he the scientist?
Yeah, he's the scientist.
Yeah.
Guy,
Oh, I thought you were talking about Circus. Sorry.
Yeah,
Andy Serkis as well.
he's Ulysses
Yeah,
Claw.
because he's in Black Panther.
He's also wasted because they kill him.
Yeah, what the hell were you thinking, Disney? Why do you gotta kill him like that all the time?
I also like the little bit of like kind of humanity showing. This is what I've been saying about like the Empire having regular people in it. Like the ISB double agent guy, how like he works for the Empire. That's his job. He's a double agent, but he works for the Empire and he's got a kid and he's real worried about that kid. And I like seeing like this is a dude that works for the Empire that is just a regular person that just really doesn't want his family to be
regular
in trouble.
Joe.
Yep.
I honestly thought that, like, I guess he has a kid, so he's not really feeling like at an end here. But like, since that we were on a position where he could have like fallen or something like that, I thought this guy was literally gonna like give up, kind of, because he's like feeling so cornered in a way, right? Like that, like he has no options. This is the safest thing for my family to like disconnect them from any of this or something like that. You know what I mean?
Coruscant's infrastructure is very dangerous. Now that I think about it.
McBluff says, I love how they're showing that the rebellion is still absolutely brutal. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
for sure.
Like that poor
Very
dude
brutal Richard.
is a regular guy that shut up, that works for the Empire that is also being threatened by the rebellion, and it just sucks to be in his shoes.
Well, the other thing as well is the things they're not even described as a rebellion; they're described as terrorists by the ISB. That is unfortunately the realistic approach. This is to
I mean they effectively are.
Yeah, they're like, to them they're freedom fighters, but to the outside it's they're terrorists. They're committing all these atrocities. They're doing this and this. It's like it kind of reflects, in a sense, the real world of the people's differing mentality on the same subject can cause that much divide instantly.
Yeah, and that you have people in positions of power who don't give a single shit about the lives of individuals, like how Luthen doesn't care about that squad of rebel fighters that are all going to their deaths now. He doesn't care. He's focused on what he sees as the greater good.
Because like he said, like if they didn't do anything, it would raise more suspicions about that guy being a mole.
Right.
So I love that.
But the flip side of that is, this is the rebellion, which we have been we've been seen to believe are like these, the morally right good guys, and now we're seeing that like they're just as scummy.
But I think
they have a more noble cause, but they're just as scummy.
Which is why I think kind of in season 2, I think all of these things are going to kind of culminate together, and Luthen might be outed, like, from the rebellion for being too brutal, while Mothma like takes over and makes it.
Well, I think it's like different factions again. Like there's different rebels. You got Saw Gerrera, who literally is like the most brutal rebel you could get.
But
he's what they call guerrilla, isn't it? He's more guerrilla warfare as opposed to rebellion.
But like in the time frame where Mon Mothma, like, she will actually bring him into the fold. Like he is a part of like the Rebel Alliance for a time, until like they literally are like, you are too crazy, get the fuck out. So it's kind of
they should have They should have thought of that before.
Should have thought of that beforehand, but he is involved.
This guy is pretty fucking crazy.
So like we will. I don't know if we're gonna see that in this show because I think they showed that in Rebels, but I mean, season 2 we are gonna see everyone together. I think.
You really think they're gonna give a shit about the animated stuff too? I'm just kidding. It's because they haven't done it before.
Yeah, but I mean, but like that is like a canon event that they showed. And they might not like show it again.
Yeah, but there's a lot of canon events that happen in the animated stuff that they're like, we'll just forget about that.
I mean,
I've always been kind of curious with like what the rebellion's end goal is. It's just to reestablish the Republic, the Republic that failed very badly the first time that everyone kind of hated. Because like that's something that they don't. I don't think they talk enough about that.
Military force, I think, is the only difference.
Because it's like yes, Palpatine did his thing, right? He kind of turned everything around from within. But we have to be realistic. Like the Republic didn't just die because Palpatine flipped a switch. Like millions of citizens of the Republic were like, okay, yeah, no, we're down with this Empire shit. So it's not like going back to the Republic is gonna fix anything.
I wonder how many like governments that like a long-lived race like Yoda has seen.
But I think that honestly, I think that what it is it's a desire for what once was practically. I think that is like the con that it once was.
Oh,
I know
like,
it wasn't con
I think
for
it's
everyone,
like
but
an idea, like their idea of freedom is that like they want to be free of like a singular reign.
Yeah,
and have every place just be free.
Yeah, and like thing. The Empire are obviously still assholes, but I kind of think that like the Republic, I mean the prequels kind of set up the Republic to look bad.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
So it almost looks like both sides kind of suck.
I think like
and
aren't they bad in
that
that because someone like bad was leading them or like in it or like a lot of people.
It's a lot of corruption within.
They're like in war. I guess there's separatists that want to break away from the Republic, but
that's the thing is like the separatists just wanted to leave. That's it, and the Republic was like, well, we can't have that, so we're gonna kill you, all of you. We're gonna kill you.
Well, the separatists just want to leave because of
villains.
They want to leave because of like bad. Most of them are like just systems that aren't really like treated the best, right? So, and then the villainous ones are the ones in charge. But
that's kind of what my point, though. Like because it's like the separatists wanted to leave because they were not in a very beneficial arrangement with the Republic, and so the Republic's answer to that is we're just going to kill all of you now.
Exactly, but I just think that is like a huge thing of like the corruption in the Republic at that time. I think that people that are trying to restore it, I think are trying to be like we're going to make an idealized version of it. Unfortunately, as we see in the canon, like it falls again because corruption in a Republic system is just kind of inevitable. It feels like at this point, but that's why I'm excited to see what they maybe do later. I don't know what the new system of government will be called. Maybe they're going to try something new. Yeah, what else was there in this episode? Anything else that you guys...
Nothing. That was the whole episode.
Do you guys think that Mon Mothma, like, what's the deal with the, like, how's that deal gonna play out? Like, how do you feel about that? I know we didn't like that scene, but how do you think it's gonna go?
I can't remember.
What? Okay, can you guys explain to me what happened in that scene? Because I was like halfway paying attention, but I wasn't
trying to arrange a marriage, but no.
Yeah,
it was with her daughter and that guy's son. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like he's not saying like that it's gonna be what it is, but he's pretty much like like they can just meet and see if it happens. But like I definitely guarantee you, like if like they met and it didn't really vibe, I feel like it would happen anyway. That's kind of the implication I got.
It's just a political marriage. I mean, House of the Dragon taught us that you can do whatever you want after you get married.
And they need his money to back the rebellion, right? That's the whole reason they're meeting. Am I crazy for thinking that that's a fair deal?
Yeah.
Yeah. I looked at it in two ways. I looked at it like on a moral code. It's like that's still wrong, but in a practical sense,
I mean,
you're getting everything you need to basically just give your daughter a potential partner.
Right. He didn't say arranged marriage. He said potential.
But like,
as someone who's grown up in a culture surrounded by arranged marriages. Like, yeah, like, it's not as bad, like, I mean, the fact that they have the choice to, like, meet and, like, actually, like...
Well, this is in a different setting, though.
That's...
Like,
well, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Instead of sci-fi, put it into House of the Dragon, they'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, okay, my daughter will marry your son, sure.
No, exactly, like, it's like, it does depend on the location, like the parents and like how they like look at it. But like how we do arranged marriages is it's like you have to like make sure that like they click in the first place. So like I like it's the same kind of thing. So I don't see it's like immoral because like it's what I'm used to like, and have seen around me and like how it's done. Like you can do it like in a way that isn't like weird.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we had you here for your insight on this.
Of the show, not like in the real world. In the real world, I get it, I've seen it, but I meant in the terms of what he was asking for what she was asking, morally as a parent in that scenario might be a bit, but obviously in the real world, it's completely different scenarios.
It interests me because I think it brings up a really cool like direction that the show could kind of go, where it's like, wow, thinking about how maybe Mon Mothma did what she did, and now her daughter is out like having maybe not a good life because of what she did, and she's still like, I'm the good rebellion person. You know what I mean? Like that we like would change our perception of this like pristine ruler of the rebellion, but
how she actually did have to get down and dirty, but just not in the same way.
Like, I would say that like thematically, this episode's theme was sacrifice.
Yeah,
because everyone's having to sacrifice a thing that they maybe don't want to do. But I don't know. I feel like obviously like the situation where you don't want to set up your daughter to have a forced arranged marriage with some dickhead's son that you don't know. But like, I feel like the way he phrased it didn't make it sound that bad. He didn't even say like clever. They don't have to get married. We're just gonna have them meet up.
See, but like that's the thing. Like I just don't trust this guy. Like even with him saying that, I'm like, I just think that even if they meet and they don't like each other, I feel like he would still try to push something. I don't know how the Chandrillan custom works in that sense, but like it might just be as easy as like it's happening.
Like what he's gonna do is like they're gonna meet and they're not gonna click, and then he's gonna get, but you're gonna need my money. You want my money, right? So
yeah,
let's make this work.
All right.
I did think it was cool.
Write that down. If that happens, that's another bingo for AJ's card.
Mothma had kind of like a throwaway line about how like this is a part of their culture that she doesn't participate in, but like that line that like this is a part of their culture was interesting. I like anything that builds culture in Star Wars.
Yeah. I just want, like I'd like to learn more about that kind of stuff without it sort of coming in like an exposition dump, but it's hard.
I want different cultures other than this one is tribal, this one is in a city, this one is blah blah blah. They don't go unique enough in the fucking Star Wars universe, and I hate it.
Yeah.
These ones live in the sand. What do we call them? Sand people.
Oh, thanks. Cool.
I'm sure that won't look bad in a few years. Jesus.
Oh man. No, this was a very good episode. I felt like it felt short because I was like interested in it.
Yeah.
I think overall this show is it's so hard for me to like place, do I like this show or do I not like this show?
Like it does good things and then it does like not
I thought about this actually. I like this show. I can't say that I love this show though. You know, like it's a good show. I like it. I don't think I could ever say that as like my favorite or as I love it. And I don't love any episodes. I like almost all the episodes though.
Yeah, I like scenes. I don't like episodes.
Yeah. Like
all the episodes are like that was a good episode. But like every other like Kenobi, like the last few episodes, I fucking love those episodes. Yeah. But these ones, I'm like, that was an alright episode. I like that.
I'll tell you, I won't probably rewatch the show ever. Like, I don't think there's a single part that I'm like.
Weirdly, I feel like I'll also never watch this show again, and I'll probably forget most of it. But I think I probably will always remember the prison stuff because I think it's really cool and unique.
Yeah.
Like this episode was the first episode that I sat through that like I genuinely liked. I had nitpicks, but I genuinely liked this entire episode. Whereas every other episode, it's like I like half of it.
Well, it got a character that like was only in like a few episodes that I'm like in love with. Like,
yeah,
Kino is
Wade,
an awesome
right?
character. Yeah, Wade, the fucking classic Obi-Wan character. Jesus Christ!
Oh man, I'm so sorry that Wade died. That was so depressing. We met him not even once. I don't even think we met him, and he died.
Just like the fact that scene is gonna stick with me so much, like. His facial expression, even the fact that he says I can't swim and he smiles, he kind of chuckles a little bit because he's realizing how like
he's fucked.
Yeah, like
sort of irony of the situation.
Damn it, Andy Serkis, you're too
good.
Actually,
you can even see like on
the parallel between him and Luthen in that moment actually as well was pretty neat. Like it's like that just clicked with like Luthen saying I won't see like the sunrise.
Yeah.
But like and like the same with Kino, like he's
he's
freed all these
happen,
people,
but I won't. Oh man,
I won't see the sunrise.
Yeah. This is why I'm conflicted, because sometimes I'm like the writing on this show is inconsistent. Like sometimes Cassian's a Mary Sue. Sometimes things happen to move the plot forward, and then sometimes they draw really beautiful parallels like that take a second opinion to even notice.
I think Andor's face in that scene was depressing too.
Yeah.
Like, he was like looking at him, like you can't, and then he falls like he's pushed over.
It's like such a good scene. That's probably the best scene this whole show so far.
The only thing that would have made it better is if they dubbed in a sound effect of him falling, of him just going.
Yeah, like Wilhelm scream.
Yeah. No, Yoda fucking fall.
The Lego Yoda one.
The R2D2 scream.
Yeah, hopefully your eardrums, everyone's
Dude, if they put a Wilhelm scream in that falling part, holy shit, dude.
I think it was kind of funny how like Cassian just got like shoulder bumped and off he goes, dude.
Man.
Good luck. Hope you don't land on your head.
I still stand by that. Yeah, like I just think that the show is too long, and I think if it was like trimmed, it would be way better. But I don't know.
It's somehow too long and too short.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix this.
They should have done it like Sherlock or something, right? Like make this like a name each thing like its own like saga thing. You know what I mean?
You know what they
give it like
done?
chapters.
Did anyone watch
Sherlock?
Sherlock?
Each episode be a single panel from a manga, like in One Piece, and make it 1,000 episodes long. That way we'll be like, it's not long enough, even though it's 1,000 episodes.
Why? I think they should not have done it.
Wow.
Hot take. I think they should stop doing these fucking side characters that people don't care about.
Yes, I'm so
looking at you, Echo.
That.
Echo, even Agatha, just fucking stop it. Like I don't care about these characters.
As a character that could show up later, but not in her own goddamn
What was it,
show.
Bix Colleen? Fuck that.
If that happens, I'm fucking out.
If they're making a Bix Colleen show,
I don't care.
No, we know what's going to take you out. It's going to be when we see Mace Windu in Boba Fett.
Don't bring it up again. Don't do that.
They're like, oh, here, and they hold up like a sign. It's like Windu on it. You know how they do with the Solo? Like they held up a sign saying Solo on it, and people were like, oh.
Like, oh.
That's what I'm going to be like.
When shows up, I have to stop what I'm doing and book a flight to Canada to stream with yourselves in person.
Yeah, really.
Just to see Sam cry.
Imagine if when he opened the door to go talk to Luthen in this episode, like Mace Windu was standing beside Luthen. It was like, yeah, I'm part of this.
I think if that happened,
in the background,
a message from Sam saying, suggest you pack a bag.
Everyone thinks that like Luthen's gonna pull a lightsaber. But then, like in the background, you see someone else saying it's like purple lightsaber, and that's all you see.
Oh
and then it says Mace Windu will return.
Oh my god!
I would be I hate, done.
I hate how close we are to this actually happening.
No,
we're not. Like
it's
Richard,
going to happen.
Absolutely not going to see Mace Windu.
I bet they're having a fucking board discussion right now. It's like, should we bring back Mace Windu?
No.
Yeah, and
so
one of my biggest issues.
Rage in a minute.
One of my biggest problems with these Disney Plus shows, especially as they go on, is that they just they feel more and more, I guess, soulless. Like these feel like committee made, force it out, make the money, keep people subscribed to Disney Plus kind of shows. And I can push past that to a degree, but the more they go on and more it just feels like they'll do anything to keep my attention by bringing in nostalgic characters, the more I'm just kind of over.
Yeah, man. We need to focus on new characters, not fucking side characters.
Well, like, what are we doing here? Like, what's the purpose of the show? Like, what am I supposed to feel out of this? You know, like...
Why would I care about Andor?
Like, make a new show that, like, is... like called something completely weird. Like, oh, what's this about? And then then we watch it, have a whole new character, be like, oh, I like this guy. This guy's cool, you know? Like
Have you
they
seen the
did, they
Netflix series
literally
for
did that with the
Dragon Age coming out?
Mandalorian. They're like, oh, that's a cool idea, and then now we fucking love Din Djarin.
Yeah, I hate the fact that they premiered their Disney Plus Star Wars line with like a fucking super unique show that was like so awesome and out there, and then everything since has just been like, yeah, that was expected. That was expected.
the the Netflix series for Dragon Age. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I care.
Did the trailer come out, or is it just announced?
I think it was just announced. Because like the Dragon Age games, like I play, I'm like there are much better games I could play.
Is it gonna be like an adaptation of a thing, or is it gonna be like a new like story?
It's Netflix.
I want my
you know what it's
fucking
gonna be.
It's gonna be its own story, or like what? I don't know what you mean.
Have you seen Resident Evil, buddy?
I did not watch that movie.
That's the thing
course.
with Dragon Age is like you can make your own story because like it's like you can make unique stories from Dragon Age.
I straight up do not like Netflix. I think
Resident Evil
they make the worst shit out there right now.
They do. I agree. Like, but like the Resident Evil one was atrocious. But like then they have like the Castlevania one where it's like it's a kind of a unique story. Like this
I'm
one's
so
a different.
bummed out that they canceled the Bone show. God damn it!
What?
The graphic novel series by Jeff Smith, Bone.
Oh,
was gonna
Bone.
get
Right.
a
Okay.
Netflix adaptation, and I was fucking elated, but then they canceled it.
The Castlevania show is also it's just literally the show form of Castlevania 3. Which is fine.
I thought
love
it was like a different. I thought it was a different main character, like a new.
No,
guy.
it's literally Castlevania 3.
Oh.
So,
Like
I think that's
those
still
characters
fine.
are all in it.
That's still
No, it's
cool.
great. I love it. I want more of that.
That means they might
Stick to the source material, please.
like they did.
I love this.
Yeah, like they did the Witcher animated show with or animated movie with
true.
young Vesemir. That one was cool, and then
I liked
the
it.
show
I thought
is-
it was a little bit too anime sometimes, but I really
Yeah.
did enjoy it.
You guys are gonna
I
get my live
enjoyed it.
reaction to this trailer. Actually, like that's what we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna pull up Dragon Age.
All right, here I'll do it too.
Okay, everyone, pull up Dragon Age Absolution trailer, and we're gonna sync it up.
In a world.
All right.
Oh,
let's
it's like
see.
2D animated. Okay, I thought this was
Yeah.
a live action show. Is what we were getting. So now
What the fuck? No,
I am a lot less worried.
Yeah, like
now
since
I
it's
am-
animated, since like an animated movie or show. I was like,
Netflix can't afford
Like,
live
might-
action.
That's what I'm
fantasy.
saying. I
good.
thought it was gonna be something like that, and I was like, "Fuck."
are we doing the official teaser or official trailer?
I'm seeing official trailer. Let's see that one.
I
Wait.
watched.
Oh, it was announced It was announced in like June.
Oh, I have no
Well,
interest.
this one came
in
out like 2
watching
days
that.
ago. The trailer I'm watching.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
this
I'm
is
ready.
Solid.
All right.
We'll see how much it has to do
3,
with actual Dragon Age.
2, 1, play.
Oh, I've been playing.
I have no audio though because I think it would go through to the stream.
There's not much to hear. There's just sound effects.
All right,
Swing,
let's see.
Bing bong bing.
Are you sure? There's dialogue right now in the trailer I'm watching.
All right, the animation is looking really sick though.
Yeah, the animation looks great. It looks actually way better than Castlevania.
Offer you a 3
Huh.
Also,
okay.
it's Matt Mercer in it apparently.
Ah, fuck.
That must be danger.
He's in everything.
Yep. Matt Mercer is turning into the new Steve Blum.
This looks like similar to like the fucking what was it?
Yeah, what was it? I know what you're talking about exactly.
The Vox Machina show. There we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I agree, but I was also
Wow,
gonna
Matt
say-
Mercer's character looks just like Matt Mercer.
I was gonna compare it more to what was the fucking Voltron? That's what I was gonna say. But that's all. It also just looks the same as that. So,
I've not watched Voltron. I don't know what you guys are.
bro, I
referring
watched
to.
Voltron season 1 and then was like, okay, I'll wait. Fucking season 5 suddenly was out. I was like, what the hell? Breakneck pace.
I'm always happy with getting new animated series, especially when we're seeing animation get better and better as it is now. Some of these animation studios are just amazing.
Oh yeah.
I'll be honest, like watching this, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the
feel
Dragon
same.
Age series.
Me too,
Especially the first one is one of my favorite games ever made. But I don't know, like I don't think that it's engaging enough of a world
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
show.
exactly. That's my problem with Dragon Age 2 is it doesn't pull me in. You know, it doesn't like it feels just like shit happens sometimes in this world, and people are just like, yeah, this is a normal thing that happens.
It's
So,
kind
like,
of just bland. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Like, yeah, like
The
even as someone
animation-
who's
Yeah,
played
that's
like
fair.
1 and 3. Like, I just like. I mean, like they're fine, but
the
It
animation
feels a little
looks
cookie
great.
cutter.
yeah.
Yeah, the animation looked great, but the story I was getting from it was sort of just like I've seen it before.
But
you know?
mean like you mean the visuals look great, right? Because like the,
The visuals-
animation,
the-
I would say was not that good.
the visuals look great, but the animation I've seen in like a couple other things, and story that I was like feeling from it was just like it was like I feel like I've seen that story before, you know? Like
yeah, Coco, you should try Dragon Age if you've never played it. It is, even if the show looks kind of whatever. The games are really good. They're solid games. Overall, Dragon Age is just kind of a meh fantasy world where it's just, I don't know. It's like even looking at that trailer, like the animation in that trailer looks beautiful. The art looks beautiful. The aesthetic just kind of looks whatever.
The world they're in just looks so bland and same.
It looks like everything else.
Yeah.
Like if I go back to certain parts of this trailer, it's just like it just looks like every other.
Like it looks a lot like Vox Machina.
I was gonna say like it could be like a fucking part of Vox Machina. I don't know. Will I? Does it say when it's coming out?
Is it on? Steam?
Oh, on December 9th.
I think it's on Steam, EA's launcher.
It's on EA's launcher and Steam, but it goes through EA's launcher.
Okay, gotcha.
December 9th, and I won't care. But people who do, check it out.
I won't be here when it drops. That's the fun part. I'll be in Italy.
Like
nice.
I'll try it. I'll try watching it. I'm gonna be judgmental though.
I'll probably watch on the plane.
You can let me know how it is, because like, yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna go in right away, but
no, I might give it a while. I'll wait for everyone else to go. Oh, it's all right.
Or if I don't hear anything about it, then I'm not gonna watch it. Like,
yeah, for sure.
That's usually what like a video
December
game will come
9th, 100% judge. Yeah, exactly.
Video game will come out and no one will talk about it, and I'll be like, all right, guess I ain't getting that one later.
Yeah.
Look at you, Splatoon and freaking what was it, Spark of Hope Rabbids game that came out with Mario?
What the oh yeah.
Say that part of it. Then it made sense. But like those are games that like just have no hubbub right now. It's like, come on.
Yeah,
so back to Andor.
Yeah, but like that's the thing with Andor is like, I feel like it does go back to Andor in a way where like it just, it's good, but like there's not a lot of oomph to it.
Yeah,
I like the
it's Andor is like, yeah, Star Wars visuals are always good.
Yeah.
Andor is like being served at dinner. That's just like a side dish.
Yeah,
and there's no main course.
Like I feel like I feel like I'm starting to get worn down. Like the same with like Marvel, where it's like I feel like I'm just getting like shown the same thing over and over and over again.
Yes. Like Andor is like if somebody was like, "Here's a potato, enjoy." Like, do I like potatoes? Yes, but I would really like something more.
Yeah, like this. We could turn this potato into something much better too. Like,
that's like what's funny to me too is because like this is getting called like the most like elevated Star Wars show, but like at the same time I feel, and because a potato can be really dressed up, right, to be amazing, but at the end of the day, like yeah, like you want something more than a potato. Like, I think that's a very good comparison, Richard.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, where like because like yeah, like some people are literally calling this like I don't know what's the.
You can even do variations on like a potato though.
They're calling it like it should be nominated for Oscars. I don't know what the equivalent is for TV shows, but like
insanity.
Yeah, and I'm like. And I'm like, I don't think it's like great enough to be like awarded.
It's all right, but like I don't know.
I don't even think it's great. It's just an okay show.
That's what it is.
Like it's good. It's good. Not great. I don't love it. I like it.
Like if I'm picking a person to give actor of the year for the Emmys, I'd pick goddamn Patty Considine. Still, like that's that's my thing. Like I don't think anyone in Andor has like gotten like near
Andy Serkis.
Maybe Andy Serkis and Stellan. But I got him right that time.
I actually feel bad for Diego Luna because Andy Serkis just outperforms the shit out of him.
Yeah.
I also feel like Diego Luna got a bad card by being stuck with Cassian Andor as his character in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because he's a great actor, and his character just sucks.
He passionately loves Andor, too. Like, from interviews, it really does seem that he, like, gives a shit. So
but no actor for Disney is going to be like, I hate this dude.
Well, no, but
I'm doing this for the paycheck.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, true.
Never mind. Yeah, I'll just eat my words right now. Let me just shut the fuck
like
up.
John Boyega to an extent. Like I get that that's in the past now, so he can kind of speak out about it. But like people are like meh on it if they didn't have a good experience. I feel.
Yeah.
And if you I think AJ and I have said this, right? Like if we're cast in Star Wars, I don't give a fuck who I am. I am now going to give a fuck. about that character's lore. You know what I mean? Like, and the stake of that
I'll
character
write that
in the
character's lore in my own head.
Yeah,
like
this
I'll
character's
make
gonna
that
have-
character,
Yeah.
and I will act harder than I've ever acted in my life. Like, as much as I hate like what's happening to Star Wars, dude. If they cast me as a trash can in Star Wars, I would be the best trash can you've ever seen.
I would be the best bong smoking alien in the goddamn galaxy. I'll bring my own. I don't know.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, Star
know
Wars
if you
to me,
they've already had the best one.
Star Wars,
We can
and I
do
think
better.
a lot of people feel this way. Star Wars is not just like movies and TV shows. To me, more than anything, it's a setting, and I love that setting.
Yeah, the world is what makes this whole thing so good. Like, the reason that I care, the movies are like good, right? But like, what got me in is just like the idea of like expanding this world, and that's why I love the comic books. I'm looking at you up there. The best.
Yeah. Anyway, Andor's okay. Go watch it, I guess.
Such like a
Or don't.
rising fucking speech, like yeah. Andor's okay.
Yeah, like listen, Chad. If you haven't seen Andor, go watch it, or like don't. I'm not your dad.
If you haven't
seen
seen it, I'd recommend watching a little bit of like a clip show of it or something later.
Yeah, just watch like Diego Luna talking about it on the Tonight Show. And
Watch
you've got
Diego
everything
Luna
you need.
talking about Jabba the Hutt and how much he loves him. Like, that's so like heartwarming.
How much blood would you say is in it? There is 0 blood in Star Wars.
I think a Wampa would
That's
have
wrong, actually, Richard. I don't want to be that guy. Pondo
Give me some examples.
Pondo Baba's arm in A New Hope would like to step
Bro,
in chat.
yeah. That's
the
fair.
way we both said at the same time.
That scene comes
I
out of
don't
left
like
field in
that
that movie, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I mean, you can count on like one hand the amount of times there's been real blood in Star Wars.
Yeah, you can.
That was a hand joke. Do you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brutal Richard. Check out my stream. I'm funny as fuck, boy.
No, you don't go to the stream. He doesn't
Don't
like
go.
it.
Don't do it.
Get out of there.
Right.
Does this work? Is this how you do it?
I think you can see. I think
Check
you
out,
see blood
check
when
out his stream. He's amazing.
when Maul dies. There's like a little bit of a red mist.
That's true. That's true. I didn't even really think about that one.
Mm-hmm. It's
Missed.
barely
A character
there.
from Kick-Ass shows up for like a hot second.
It also makes no sense that there would be a red mist. Not if a lightsaber's cutting through you.
Yeah, Cotter. Actually, well, I mean, it doesn't make the whole blood thing for A New Hope doesn't really make sense in the whole grand scheme of things either, right?
I can
was-
kind of forgive A New Hope for almost anything that
'cause
they do,
they
because
just
A
were
New
like-
Hope is like they didn't know what they were doing.
Oh, what the fuck this lightsaber does? There's blood. Who cares?
Right? We got Wolfman and Satan in the back of the bar. Like they didn't know what they were doing.
Holy fuck!
Like go back and watch it, dude. Like there is literally just Satan in the back.
Yeah, that's a
And in the-
Deveronian. Actually, Richard, that's a
Lucas-
Deveronian.
There's just some random fucking like ET astronaut like back
There's
there.
a worm smoking a bowl, dude. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Like,
Half
if
of that
you-
stuff was
I would
edited
think
out
fan
too.
vibes.
In the Lucas remasters, a lot of that stuff was just taken out
There's
'cause it was just too stupid. Like,
just a
Wolfman
guy in an
was
astronaut
completely
outfit
edited
there.
out.
Who the fuck is that?
That guy just ended up there. He's like, oops.
Yeah, he's actually a guy from Earth. And he's like, where the fuck?
He traveled through time and space to get here. I mean, in Legends, fun fact, everyone, Han Solo and Chewbacca travel to Earth, and that's why we have Sasquatch.
Yeah. And
This is
Indiana
also
Jones found his
reasons-
remains.
This is why not everything in Legends is good.
Yeah, Legends was goddamn crazy.
We keep on
sometimes.
saying
is
Legends was
stupid.
the fucking Wild West, dude. Like it was
It
so
really was.
weird.
Oh man, and like even now, I gotta say, like I really appreciated Disney out the gate being like, we're gonna try and make everything fit into canon. Man, that shit has fallen apart, hasn't it?
Yeah, let's
Oh my
maybe
God.
not do that.
Like you need a better coordinator if you want to fit everything into canon, man. Like because you're just fucking throwing shit out the window all the time.
I feel like
I actually have a lot of respect for how they have handled Legends and how they've like picked and choosed. Like we got Thrawn, we got Cobb Vanth. Like they picked little bits that they thought might be kind of cool, but they left a lot of the trash out there, which is good because some of Legends is trash. I'm sorry, but I do not
Luke.
want Mara in this at all.
I don't
ever.
want Mara Jade or Luke's clone Luke with two U's.
I could have seen Mara Jade working, but like definitely change her up a little bit. definitely reworked that.
Yeah, or like Darth Talon. No,
I
thanks.
knew you were gonna like. That's the oh my god. And the fucking thing, George. I hate the fact that he is like, yo, if I had made a new Star Wars trilogy, I would have put Darth Talon in there. Bitch!
Shut up.
Shut
no, you
up,
wouldn't have.
George, you're just saying that now because you know all the fucking fanboys are like, oh.
George Lucas is also like, Star Wars is and always has been for children. That's why the very first prequel movie is about a trade blockade.
He's crazy. I love you, George. You made like the greatest thing in the world to me, like the coolest universe, but like you're crazy.
George Lucas is sitting at home right now watching this, and he's like, "Well, I love you."
What was that?
Oh, yeah, I gotta like.
What's that fucking robot thing, Sam, that you love?
The robot thing that I love.
In Legends, he's like, it's like starts with a K or something.
HK-47.
No, he's like a big in like a huge suit of armor.
Oh, that's. I think you're thinking of Dirge. I do not like
Dirge. Yes,
I do
Dirge.
not like Dirge that much. If I'm being honest,
Dirge is not.
I know you
Dirge
don't like
is
it when you
canon.
talk about. What?
Dirge is
I
canon.
don't think they count Clone Wars as canon.
No, they do. Clone
They
Wars
do.
is
No,
canon.
Clone Wars is canon.
No, not like, but like that's the
Oh,
2D.
oh.
That's the 2D one though. I don't think that they count the 2D one.
That one's canon.
I'm pretty sure that they do.
But they like contradict that intensely then with Clone Wars Season 7. Like that whole thing is like fucked.
Interesting.
I
love Dirge.
Let me look it up. I think they might have actually brought up Dirge.
Dirge first canonically debuted in Dr. Aphra 2020.
Okay. Oh my god, AJ, you beat me to it because I literally just looked up.
He's in Dr. Aphra.
I remember like the whole thing that because like Star Wars Explained was going crazy when that happened, and I was like, ugh.
They did decanonize the Clone Wars cartoon.
Yeah, I liked it though. It's still cool.
I think I like it better than the Clone Wars CG show.
I don't know about that one, but
I think that the Clone Wars cartoon is like chef's kiss.
I think certain parts of it, yeah, but then there's a lot of just like.
I like the General Grievous scenes in the 2D Clone Wars.
Yeah,
like
those.
I have a framed poster of that on my wall.
Those set the expectations for Grievous to too high for what happened in the movie. Because I think that you saw this. Because this came up before the third movie, didn't it?
It did, and what happened was Lucas only gave notes to Genndy Tartakovsky, who did Clone Wars, who's an amazing animator.
Watch Primal.
Or Samurai Jack, or Dexter's Lab, or any of the cartoons that you grew up with. He did them, but
watch Primal. Basically,
George Lucas called up Genndy Tartakovsky and was like, "So I have this idea for this droid commander. He's gonna have Jedi stuff." And Genndy was like, "All right, shit, I'll do my best." And then when George saw it, he was like, I think we should really just tone it down, make him shitty.
Give him like a weird cough or something.
We should
make him
I don't know
if you guys ever saw the interview. I think it's an interview. It's an interview with like somebody else, like somebody on like one of the writing teams, or maybe it's an actor. I can't remember. But they're talking about how like Lucas wanted to rename Darth Maul or something to like Darth Stinky. That's real, by the way. I'm not making that up.
I feel like I've heard that, but that's so funny. Darth Stinky. Oh no! Here comes Darth Stinky. Get ready, Obi-Wan.
It was for the Force Unleashed video game. He suggested that they name characters these are two that he actually suggested: Darth Icky and Darth Insanius. Darth Insanius.
All right. George Lucas suggested a series of bizarre names for the protagonists of the Star Wars Force Unleashed video game, including Darth Icky and Darth Insanius. Yeah.
That shit's real. Lucas is a madman.
So I also not to go back to the whole Dirge thing for a hot second, because I'm on his like fucking bio page for new canon stuff. This quote from Aphra, because Aphra is honestly one of the greatest new canon characters that they've introduced.
I love Aphra. Yeah.
If I can't wait. She could show up in live action. I'd be so jacked about that. But she had a quote talking about Dirge where it's like, "Bad news though, they're supposed to be extremely extinct. Don't worry, I can fix that. Not sure you can actually. They're notoriously hard to kill." And then she says, "So am I." And it's like, when you know Aphra, that is like such a fucking good retort for that character. She like gets
I do not know who Aphra is,
dude. Like,
Could you imagine like the sequel trilogy where like Rose was like, "I'm actually Rose Aphra."
Oh,
Oh my god.
So just as a little context for you, Richard, Afra is pretty much like space Indiana Jones, but a little bit evil. Like she's got a dark side to her. She worked with Vader in his first.
She's Han Solo.
They do kind of parallel each other, but like she's she's like way more archaeologist, right?
Han Solo is like exactly space Indiana Jones with a dark side.
Nah, but like Han Solo doesn't give a shit about like
dude.
He doesn't give a shit about like relics and stuff like that, right? Like he
like this girl is pretty like sadistic sometimes.
Like the cool thing about like after like the comics, right, is you get to explore like the new canon's version of what the past is, right? Like so you get to learn a lot about that stuff. So I liked her character. She went through some really.
She's
cool
the
arcs.
one that brought BT and 000 to life.
Yeah, that was she brought like her whole thing was great. I loved her character, and she actually got her own run and is still going through her
Choco new waifu.
She is awesome. She's waifu material.
Is this comic book stuff? What is this?
This is all comic books. Yeah.
So if you don't know who BT and 000 are, they're like the insanely sadistic and evil counterparts of C-3PO and R2-D2.
Yeah, they like are murder droids.
They like actively commit like mass murder.
I don't know. I would argue that C-3PO and R2-D2 do like consciously carry out these things.
I mean, I think they're like incidentally like killing people, but like BT and 000 like actively
they revel in it, dude. Like they like live for torturing people. If they don't get to torture someone in a comic, they're pissed. But yeah, like I would check it out, Richard. She's a great character.
I'll check it out. I'm going to the comic book store Wednesday.
Ooh! Don't get confused because there's the two different runs. If you start buying like one trade of the other and then the other one, it's like, what the fuck? Where am I?
Oh, I will meticulously research everything before I buy.
She's also the first one to bring in Black Chrysanthemum.
Cool.
Kind of, because he was already in. Like Darth Vader, kind of was the one to do that in a way, right? Because like,
but yeah, so she was like the evil Han Solo to the evil team of Chewie and C-3PO and R2-D2.
I'm in.
I mean, because I don't think we've seen him around in a while in the comics, mostly because I think of his involvement in Book of Boba Fett. Like, when they did that, they kind of probably told everyone to be like, don't put him in anything right now, because if you do anything with him, it might be like, oh, now it doesn't make sense for the
that's
show.
where they fucked it, because he worked with Boba Fett.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if in the show, like, there was anything that was like,
all I'm saying is they could have been like, "Hey, nice to see you again." That's all.
That's all. Yeah, I agree. If he'd said something like that, it would have been like, "Fuck yeah!" But no, they didn't really do anything like that. They were just like, "Yeah, we know this character's in the comics, but we're not going to do a lick of research about that. That will literally show that in the first frame that he's in is Boba Fett standing right beside him." So I'm trying to look for people to raid into, and people are playing God of War Ragnarok. And is that like not an okay thing to raid into because like we don't want to be at a certain point? If you know what I mean.
I don't care about anybody,
you don't
so
care?
I've just been doing that anyway.
Oh my god. I just like
What about Jarl of Goats? He's doing tabletop RPGs.
Okay. Jarl of Goats. Yeah, well, if you guys have any closing thoughts.
Show is good, gets better. Enjoy.
Thank you for showing up, Chocolate Muffin Queen.
Andor is a show.
It was great having your inputs.
Thanks for being here.
Where do you guys like? Okay, how do you guys feel about the next 2 episodes coming up? Like, what do you guys think is gonna happen? That's what I'll say.
I don't know.
I don't
How
know.
is this gonna wrap
I don't really
up?
care.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to get on this island, right? This either going to go one of two ways. Actually, no. I reckon they're just going to start screaming, Rush B, Sukoviet. Hard base is going to play until they destroy the Empire. Flash forward to Rogue One. I think that's how they should end it.
Bingo, bango, boingo.
Sign me up, Luke.
We know that's not happening because it's season 2, but okay.
We can ignore that.
They'll like soft cancel that. They'll just be like, yeah, it's not happening. Don't worry, don't worry. We're not gonna add that to our slate.
Season 2 is actually just going to be Rogue One split up into multiple episodes.
Yeah.
The last scene of this show is going to be Mothma sitting in her room eating a bologna and cheese sandwich.
And that's going to cut to what's-his-face eating cereal with his goddamn mom again.
And then the show ends. Andor.
Yeah, it'll be like, really? Like, that was... I love that, actually. It's like, really, like, yeah, like, that show, that would be like the culmination of the problem with this show.
Cereal
Wait, can she be
sandwiches.
talking with a Bothan? Like, can that be like a thing?
Hey, that'd be funny, yeah.
Okay.
This show makes me sleepy.
Oh boy. Well, we're almost through it, Richard. We're almost through the slog. We only have 2 more episodes to go, and then we're free. We're free like that robot head in Shark
free.
Boy and Lava Girl.
Yeah, fucking the eye is a mouth now.
What?
Well, he was just an eyes and mouth at the end.
Oh, okay. There's this creepy way he said that.
I'm free.
I'm free.
Yeah,
we are gonna raid into Jarl of Goats, playing some tabletop RPGs. They're clearing the canyon. I almost put my club key. Don't say that.
No, dude, that's gonna be our new club.
Oh, that's actually a genius idea.
My club card, mate.
My club card.
We're gonna have a speakeasy.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Check out my stream. You can find it at twitch.tv/CazTheDM. I do a lot of D&D stuff, token artwork, play really cool games, and I have a really interesting and fun accent. So come check me out. I'll see you later.
Kaz, plug yourself, please.
I'm Kaz. I stream D&D on Sundays. We've got next session tomorrow. It's session 23 of Toronto Sands. It's non-Eurocentric setting based on Japanese and Indian folklore. Sam plays in it. That's all the things. I also stream art.
Bye.
Hi.
Clunky.
Are you exhausted, Kaz?
No, you pissed me off.
Did I?
You did.
Oh.